That heavy feeling. You've finished your meal. Maybe the kitchen is quiet now, just the sound of the refrigerator humming. You sit down just for a moment to rest your back before tackling the dishes. And then it hits you. That sudden, deep, overwhelming need to just close your eyes. You tell yourself, it must have been a heavy meal. Or, I didn't sleep well. Or worst of all, this is just what getting old feels like. We dismiss it as tiredness. We confuse that powerful slump with normal fatigue. But for people over 60, that specific immediate feeling after lunch is often the single most dangerous signal your body can give you. It is the #1 overlooked danger sign that leads to serious falls, the kind of falls that steal your independence. We are talking about postprandial hypotension, a complicated name for a simple, urgent problem. We have to talk about this because losing your footing just once can change everything. It can mean a hospital stay, losing control of your daily routine, and needing your children to manage your life. Your dignity, your peace of mind, and your ability to live exactly where you want to live hinge on maintaining your balance. And this specific dizziness after eating is the silent villain disguised as a nap. Let's understand what is happening inside your body, simply and clearly. When you eat a substantial meal, especially lunch, your body rushes blood to your stomach and intestines to manage the digestion process. This is natural. Your body is smart. But as the years add up, the system that controls your blood pressure doesn't react as quickly as it used to. If too much blood pools in the digestive system, there isn't enough left to go up to your brain. The result is that sudden, overwhelming sensation, not just sleepiness, but true lightheadedness, a dip in blood pressure, and a quick loss of balance. It happens precisely when you are most relaxed and perhaps most likely to let your guard down. You stand up quickly to grab the remote. You try to clear the coffee cups off the table. And in that moment of instability, the fall happens. It happens often, 5 feet from your favorite chair or just outside the bathroom door. It doesn't matter how sturdy you feel on a Tuesday morning, this problem targets the post-meal vulnerability. We have to recognize this feeling immediately and treat it not as an inconvenience, but as an alarm bell. If you are feeling that heavy, dizzy drop after eating, you need to commit to 2 immediate habits. The first is slowing everything down. You must allow at least 20 minutes of seated rest after eating. Don't rush the cleanup. The dishes can wait. Your hips cannot wait. The second is a home safety check specifically focused on the path from your kitchen to your resting spot. Do you have throw rugs that look cozy but slide easily on hardwood or tile? Those are obstacles. Are there electric cords running under the table or near the recliner? Those are tripwires. A fall prevention plan is not just about physical strength. It's about acknowledging your body's unique weakness times and then simplifying your environment to protect yourself during those windows. We must remove anything that can snag a foot when your blood pressure is momentarily low. This type of careful, deliberate living is what we call wisdom. It is trading momentary speed for long-term security. But this isn't just about rugs and cords. This specific fall risk, the dizziness and confusion, is often made far worse by how we manage our stress and our money. When we feel financially stressed, when we worry about the utility bills or the cost of medicine, that anxiety tightens the body and disrupts our blood pressure even further. Confusion about money causes physical unsteadiness. In Part 2, we will look at 3 simple adjustments you can make to your eating routine that dramatically lessen this blood pressure dip after meals. And we will begin to look at the hidden costs of confusion, exploring the 3 daily habits that help keep your home calm and your money clearer, so that your mind and your footing remain steady. The most frightening thing about this silent danger is how routine it feels. You eat lunch, you feel tired, you want to get up, perhaps clear the dishes or move to the recliner. That moment, that transition from sitting to standing, is the moment the danger strikes. It is not just old age, my friend. It is not just heavy lunch syndrome. It is something specific, and when you understand it, you gain back control. We call it postprandial hypotension, a terrible mouthful of a phrase, but the meaning is simple: low blood pressure after eating. Here's the truth. Your body is brilliant, but after 60, its systems slow down. When you eat a large meal, your body sends a massive amount of blood rushing to your stomach and intestines. This blood is needed to digest that food. It is like diverting water from a main irrigation line to a side field. The problem is, the amount of blood pressure available to pump up to your brain and down to stabilize your legs drops sharply. Your body cannot adjust fast enough. If you stand up right then, that sudden lack of blood supply to the brain causes dizziness, confusion, and sometimes a blackout. That is when the fall happens. The dizzy spell lasts only seconds, but those seconds can shatter your independence for months or even permanently. So let us stop treating this like inevitable fatigue and start treating it like a measurable risk. Your first defense does not cost a penny and requires no doctor's visit. It is the 10-minute rule. When your meal is finished, do not rush. Do not jump up to clear the plates no matter how tidy you are. Do not feel the need to rush back to a chore or answer the phone. Sit quietly, without straining, for at least 10 to 15 minutes after you put down your fork. Let your body handle the initial rush of digestion while you are safely seated. This simple habit breaks the dangerous chain reaction. It gives your blood pressure time to stabilize before you put the full demanding weight of gravity on your circulatory system. If you need to move, move slowly. If you are standing, lean on the table first. Hold onto a chair. Do not try to carry anything heavy during those initial vulnerable minutes. Dignity is not about how fast you clear the table. It is about maintaining your health and your home in peace. Now, let us talk about the meal itself. The types of foods we love most are often the biggest culprits for triggering PPH. Specifically, large amounts of refined carbohydrates, things like white bread, mashed potatoes, rice, pasta, or sugary desserts. These foods are digested quickly, demanding a huge immediate blood rush to the gut. This spike is what causes the rapid pressure drop elsewhere in your body. You do not have to banish them entirely, but you must change the routine. First change, portion size. The bigger the meal, the higher the risk. Instead of one enormous lunch, try 2 smaller meals spaced 2 or 3 hours apart. This spreads the digestive load. Think of grazing rather than gorging. Second change, slow down. Chew your food completely. Eating quickly is a massive shock to your system. If you swallow large bites, your stomach demands blood faster. Savor the meal. Put your fork down between bites. This simple act can reduce PPH symptoms by a surprising amount. Third change, mix your macros. Never eat a meal that is just high carb. Always combine starches with some protein, chicken, fish, eggs, beans, and healthy fat, avocado, olive oil. Protein and fat take longer to digest, slowing down the entire process. They smooth out the blood pressure roller coaster. Think about your traditional Sunday lunch. If it is high starch and high sugar, it is high risk. You might think that nap you take afterward is just comfort, but it might be your body desperately trying to recover from a pressure crash. By making these changes at the kitchen table, sitting longer, eating smaller, eating slower, mixing your meals, you are directly fighting one of the most common causes of dangerous falls after 60. This is the start of protecting your health at home. But what if you have made these changes and you still feel dizzy? What if you are already taking medication for another condition and those pills are quietly making the risk even worse? In the next part, we are going to expose the hidden dangers in your medicine cabinet and uncover the specific hydration mistake almost every senior makes right before lunch that sets them up for a fall. This is crucial information about your daily routines that your doctor might not have time to explain. We've uncovered the hidden truth about that midday slump. It isn't just normal fatigue. It's a vital warning sign that your body is redirecting too much blood flow to your gut, stealing it from your brain. This is postprandial hypotension. Understanding the why is the first step toward reclaiming your peace and your independence. Now, let's talk about the practical wisdom, the changes you can make today, right there in your kitchen, that become your shield against falling. The 30-minute danger zone. The peak danger zone is not immediately when you stand up from the table. It starts about 15 minutes after the first bite and can last for a critical 30 to 60 minutes. This is the time when most of us, out of habit or urgency, make the biggest mistake. We rush. You might see a dish that needs soaking. You feel compelled to start running the water or load the dishwasher, or maybe you need to hurry to the bathroom or rush to open the door for a delivery. Dear friend, this is when the accident happens. You are moving from a seated position to standing, bending, or reaching, all while your blood pressure is at its lowest ebb. The room spins, and the counter is suddenly too far away to grab. The wisdom here is simple, yet revolutionary for your routine. When the meal is done, stay seated. Give yourself a gift of a dedicated, peaceful 30-minute rest after eating, especially lunch. Don't feel guilty about the dishes or the phone call. Your safety comes first. If you can, try to elevate your feet slightly while you sit. A small ottoman or a stack of books under your feet can encourage blood flow back toward the heart and brain. Use this time to read the newspaper, listen to a favorite song, or just close your eyes and breathe deeply. This is not laziness. This is smart defense. Re-engineering the plate and the glass. We discussed the dangers of huge meals, but let's talk specifically about the types of food that act like blood pressure thieves. The primary culprit is rapid digestion. If a food turns into sugar quickly, your stomach demands a huge instant surge of blood to process it. Think about the structure of your meal. A big bowl of white rice, mashed potatoes, or even a large piece of plain white bread. These break down almost immediately into simple sugars. The wisdom for your plate is balance and bulk. Ensure that every meal has good fiber, vegetables, healthy fats, avocado, olive oil, and lean protein, fish, poultry, beans. These components slow down the digestive process, making the blood flow demand gradual instead of sudden. This isn't about going on a complicated diet. It's about adding simple safeguards. If you are having pasta, load it up with broccoli and chicken. If you are having rice, ensure there are plenty of slow-digesting greens mixed in. Now, let's look at hydration. Water is crucial for maintaining blood volume, which directly supports blood pressure. However, the timing matters immensely. Gulping a large, ice-cold glass of water immediately after the meal can sometimes intensify the problem by slightly changing your body temperature and adding rapid volume to the stomach. The wiser approach is to sip slowly before the meal and during the meal. Stay consistently hydrated throughout the day, ensuring blood volume is high before the digestive process begins. Room temperature or slightly warm water is usually easier on the system than iced drinks, which can sometimes trigger a rapid, distracting reaction in the digestive tract. The critical timing of medication, money, and health protection. This is perhaps the most important piece of wisdom we can share regarding postprandial hypotension, and it links directly to your health independence and your financial security. Many seniors take medication for high blood pressure, hypertension. These drugs are designed to lower your blood pressure. If you take your blood pressure medication, like diuretics or certain beta blockers, right before you sit down for a large lunch, you are essentially setting yourself up for disaster. You are combining two powerful downward forces: the medication's effect to lower your blood pressure, plus the digestive system's effect to divert blood volume. This combination can drop your pressure dangerously low, leading directly to that dizzy, exhausted, confused feeling that makes you wobble when you stand. The result is often an emergency room visit, a fall, or a severe loss of confidence that keeps you housebound. These are expenses and losses of independence we must avoid. The wisdom here is self-advocacy. You must have a frank conversation with your doctor or pharmacist about medication timing. Ask if it is possible to take your blood pressure medicine at least an hour or two away from your largest, most carbohydrate-heavy meal of the day. Sometimes, simply moving a pill from 12 p.m. to 9 a.m. or 3 p.m. is enough to break that dangerous cycle. Never stop taking medication, but always question the timing of that medication relative to your routine. This small adjustment can stabilize your daily life, protect your dignity, and save you thousands in medical costs related to falls. These steps, the 30-minute rest, the balanced plate, and the wise timing of your pills, are concrete habits that build a foundation of safety. They protect your home from clutter-related falls and protect your wallet from unnecessary medical expenses. But true wisdom involves not just protecting the body, but strengthening the mind. We have identified the physical danger and established the defensive routine. Yet, there is one final silent habit, often related to stress and emotional well-being, that can sabotage all these physical efforts. It's a habit tied to the quiet anxieties of aging, and it's the most difficult one to break. In our next and final segment, we will explore that critical hidden mental factor that determines whether you truly maintain your peace, security, and independence long-term. We've established that the dizziness or heavy fatigue after lunch, the slump that steals your afternoon, is often not normal tiredness at all. It is a physical warning sign, a subtle thief trying to rob your balance and independence. Now, let's move from identifying the danger to implementing the long-term strategy. This is where we secure our independence. Managing post-meal dizziness is about three things: timing, temperature, and conversation. First, let's talk timing and food strategy. When we eat, the body rushes blood to the digestive system. The bigger the meal, or the faster we eat it, the bigger the demand for blood in the gut. We need to treat the midday meal, usually lunch, with immense respect. Do not think of it as one big event. Think of it as smaller, gentle fuelings. Instead of a single large lunch, divide that food into two smaller meals, separated by an hour or two. Small, frequent, and slow. This simple adjustment is your most powerful weapon against PPH. Next, look closely at what you are eating, especially at noon. Simple carbohydrates are the fastest to digest, causing the quickest, sharpest pull of blood to the gut. This means we must be cautious with big bowls of pasta, white bread, mashed potatoes, or sugary treats right in the middle of the day. If you love your comfort starches, try to shift them slightly. Save the biggest portion of white rice or mashed potato for dinner when you are already settled for the evening. At lunch, focus on more gentle sources, lean protein like chicken or fish, and high-fiber vegetables. Fiber slows down digestion. It gives your body a kinder, slower task to complete. Third, temperature matters. Hot food, and especially hot, high-sugar drinks, like large sweetened tea, can worsen blood vessel dilation, making that post-meal drop hit harder. Ensure you are sipping warm or room-temperature fluids, and avoid extremes of heat or cold with your meals. And this leads us back to hydration, which we touched on before, but is vital for long-term protection. If you drink a large glass of water during your meal, you are potentially filling your stomach too quickly and pulling resources away from where they are needed to maintain your blood pressure. Instead, drink your water slowly, 30 minutes before the meal. Think of it as priming the pump. Being well hydrated generally keeps your blood volume higher, giving your body a better buffer against the pressure drop. Now, let's talk about the 30-minute rule. After you finish eating, resist the urge to jump up immediately. Do not rush to the sink to do the dishes. Do not rush to answer the door. Your body is working hard. Give it time to adjust. Sit quietly for at least 30 minutes after your last bite. Choose a comfortable, low-risk chair where you can lean back slightly. Use this time for simple, peaceful enjoyment. Read a chapter, listen to the news, or simply sit and breathe. This 30 minutes is not wasted time. It is a critical investment in your independence and safety. If you feel any level of lightheadedness during that 30 minutes, do not stand up until the feeling is completely gone for at least 5 minutes. We must also use our wisdom to communicate effectively with the doctor. You are the expert in your body. Do not just tell the doctor, "I'm tired after lunch." That is too easy to dismiss as normal aging. You need to be specific. Tell them, "I feel dizzy, lightheaded, and sometimes get blurry vision exactly 20 to 45 minutes after eating a large meal, especially lunch. I believe this might be postprandial hypotension, and I am concerned about the risk of falling." Bring them your medication list. Ask directly, "Are any of these medications known to amplify this effect, especially when taken right before a meal?" If they are unsure, ask if it is worth monitoring your blood pressure before the meal and again 30 minutes after the meal for a few days. This specific data is concrete evidence that helps them adjust your medication schedule, which is often the final key to solving this problem. Remember, protecting your independence is not just about avoiding a fall, it's about maintaining control over your life. Every time you prevent a fall, you are not just saving your hip, you are saving your finances too. Hospital stays for falls are profoundly expensive and often lead to lengthy recovery that drains savings and adds immense stress to the home. The wisdom here is simple. A small adjustment in your noon routine, smaller meal, slower eating, 30 minutes of rest, pays massive dividends in peace of mind, stability at home, and financial security down the road. You are safeguarding your dignity by being proactive now. We have spent 4 parts discussing how to protect your physical body from this silent fall risk. But true wisdom in aging is protecting the whole self. It is also about protecting your peace. The greatest challenge many of us face as we age is not the fall, but the silent, heavy weight of loneliness and the stress it places on our homes and our budgets. In the next part, we must move our attention from the immediate danger of dizziness to the deeper protection of our emotional and social wisdom, especially how we manage the necessary delicate conversations about money and living alone. Because protecting your money is just as vital as protecting your physical health, and that requires a different kind of preparation. Stay with me.